Hello, my loves, and welcome back to Along This Spiritual Journey. So, I have been taking a break. I have been taking time for myself and just unplugging from the world. I have learned that I forget I am human. I forget that my human has emotions. As much as I talk about it, I too forget that I am supposed to listen to my body and purge myself and cleanse myself in a way that I feel emotionally is necessary, spiritually necessary, as well as functionally in my everyday physical world. Um, we're taught to absorb, and we can't help it. We are learning creatures. Everything about us is retaining, taking something in and putting it back out, taking something in, byproduct. And so it's a good reminder to give yourself the opportunity, first of all, to forgive yourself for not being able to always show up for yourself the way you felt you could. It's important to do that because your physical body literally does not have a choice but to be here. Your heart beats 24 hours a day, even when you're sleeping. Your organs are still working, your body's still breathing. So like literally your body never gets a break until it gets a break. And so I have to remind myself as a spiritualist that yes, I am a soul incarnated and I too am on this journey, but I forget that I don't feel, right? That's how we start separating ourselves into logical over emotional. We're both. That is the human. That's what makes us cool. We're a hybrid of logical energy and emotional energy, and the two together create our intuition. And we have to trust that. We have to believe it when it talks to us and tells us, I need you to do this. I need you to take a break. I need you, because it's the parent of us. The intuition literally is the parent. You can decide whichever one you want it to be for logic. I always say my logic is more of my, older self, maybe not so much an adult. Yes, I'm grown physically, but it's still older me talking to my emotional self, which is younger me, and finding a way to talk to them energetically so that I feel at peace on my physical world. And one of the big things I had to learn, I know a lot of people won't like this, but again, once you're on the spiritual journey, it's really hard to go back. It's not easy because you start recognizing, again, when it's not that you stop loving people, it's not that you stop caring about them, because every single person who's come into my life, good or bad, has taught me something genuinely. But I've also noticed that as I get older, I really crave friendships where people are talking about their growth emotionally and like how it helps them be a better person in their everyday world. You know what I mean? Like I notice there's people where I'm not talking bad about anyone, but their main focus is talking about everybody else. And that's literally their life. That's literally what TV shows are based on. It's other people talking about other people's lives. And then you talk about which avatar represents you or which archetype you feel closest to. And then you have some level of connection, but then you still keep forgetting about your physical self. And so that's when I was like, I need friends who really want to be there for me. I've always been like a consistent person as far as I'm concerned. There have been people where, yes, if I don't feel the energy is aligned where it needs to be anymore, I will cold turkey cut it off. I believe in severing ties. I believe in talking to people later and working it out if that's necessary. But when it's something energetically is overwhelming me to the point that I'm feeling stress, I'm feeling anxiety, I'm feeling like your timeline belongs to me and it's not even my life, I'm just visiting. That is overwhelming to not only a soul, but any human being who's on this earth, where it's like, I want to be here for you, but I don't know how to be there for you that way. And sometimes it's not easy, to be honest. Sometimes you have to just kind of walk away, and be honest with yourself and talk yourself through the process. Because it's not always going to make sense for people where one day you're kicking it, everything seems cool, and then the next day that person's just gone. It's happened to me. I've done it to people. No, it's not nice. No, it's not polite. But I also believe that these, again, are levels of us deciding what nice and good is and what bad and bad isn't. I would rather somebody just walk away from me and let me know that our energy no longer serves each other that way than us to keep bickering and arguing, or me to dread your calls or your texts because I feel that we don't align anymore. That's not something that I want to harp on, but it's something that I felt was necessary to bring up, because it's not easy feeling like you get to a certain point in life where it's like, I want to be taught more. You know what I mean? I want someone to teach me more. I want someone to want to share with me and not feel like they have to hide who they are because they're so used to no one being used to talking to them or asking them questions. I genuinely do try to ask questions when I meet people, but you can only invest so much if someone else wants to invest in you, what you're giving them, right? So simply know that it's okay to take time. I mean, you might have some apologizing to do when you decide to come back out. That's okay. If they're family or friends who love you and understand you, they will respect your process of detachment. But if they are people who are so focused on how you're making them feel about something that they don't even realize they created as far as why the detachment happened, it's probably best to walk away. Because again, I do stuff when I feel that I'm being overwhelmed with someone else's energy. It's time to move on, because you don't want to sit there and tell someone what they have to do. That's not my life, so I can't tell you what to do with your life. But I also don't have to keep co-creating in that existence if I don't believe in it either. So it's a hard message to swallow, but it's a necessary truth. So keep finding ways to love yourself. Keep finding ways to stay balanced. Understand we as humans are going to keep being humans. That's not going to change how we act. But understanding that we have a choice in how we feel, and then what we do with those feelings, and then how we integrate those feelings into choices is how we create culture. And that culture is how we then keep creating societies that we want to exist in. It's not about power. It's about love. Love will always balance out everything. I promise you. I know that sounds generic, but when you can really find a place in yourself to say, even though I'm really frustrated by what's going on, maybe I can't do anything physically, but I can start spiritually putting myself to do the work and allow myself to take the breaks. Because I really have to learn as I keep going that breaks are important. Burnout is real. Do not let people trick you into believing that you're supposed to go, go, go. That is never my intent. I know I can make it look that way. I know a lot of my videos make it seem that way, but it's because I'm genuinely a person who likes to go, go, go. And so for me, it's natural to speak that way. But know where you are in life, know your levels, know your spectrum. Because if you don't, then yes, that burnout will catch up to you, trying to live in other people's timelines, trying to beat other people's confidants when knowing well, good and well, they should go find help. It's okay to be someone's friend and listen, but if they're always dumping on you, that takes its toll. And so it's always important to make sure that you protect you first. Then you can go back out and love others. Remember, put the mask on you so you can put the mask on your babies. All right? I love you guys. Have a good day. I don't know where that came from.